Being on the teacher's good side is what you need, is the difference between combined and triple science. Every single subject is a different example. Curriculum. I cannot stress this one enough. Don't slack in your lessons just because you are not taking them for your GCSE. Your teachers will tell the teachers that you are going to have in year 10 about your behavior. In year 9, every single test you do is recorded and then taken to your teachers in year 10 so that they know how well you've done and they set you. Hello, my lovelies. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 6 things that I wish I knew before I went into year 9. Because honestly, not many people prepare you for the jump and they think there's like, oh, it's year 8 to year 9 and it's not year 9 to year 10, so it's not that serious. But genuinely, if you do not do well in year 9, then it determines what's going to happen in year 10, and you don't want to start off small. You don't want to start off in foundation. So I'm going to be showing you 6 things to do. Also, I have a playlist over here which shows my tips for year 7s and tips for year 8s videos if you want to watch those as well. So the first one, and not many of you may like this, but is to be a teacher's pet. And you're going to think, well, all the teacher's pets are suck-ups. They're annoying. They just want to be on the teacher's good side. Being on the teacher's good side is what you need, because there's this thing, I don't know if you've heard of it, it's called the Pygmalion effect. Basically, the way that teachers view their students is basically how the students progress. So if the teachers see you and they're like, oh, this person is forward in class, you're raising your hands, you're going to lessons early, they're like, this person actually enjoys it. And teachers value when students actually value what they're doing, and they show it. They don't just walk into lesson, the lesson finishes, they go out. You know, you can go early to the lesson and talk to the teacher. It may not even have to be academically related, just so that the teacher knows, oh, this person actually has an interest in what they're doing. Or maybe you can stay behind in the lesson, putting up your hand, asking questions, all those stuff. Teachers really love to see it. Second one is the difference between combined and triple science. Now, me, myself, personally, I didn't even know the difference between combined and triple science, but it's really important that you do before you actually pick your GCSEs. I'm sure your school will let you know, but it's good for yourself to know for whichever one you would like to do. So combined science is you do all 3 sciences, but it counts for 2 marks. And then triple science is you do all 3 and you get 1 mark for each science. But basically, some people pick one or the other because they feel like it's going to be easy. And that is not necessarily the case. So if you think you're going to pick one because you think it's easier, it may not necessarily be easier. So you need to do your own work and research on that and think, okay, well, which one am I going to do? Which one may I be better at? Hence, get a better grade. See what I mean? Third one, exam boards. Now, I used to think that exam boards were for the entire school, like different schools have a different exam board. But no. Actually, every single subject is a different exam board. And it actually kind of like stressed me out to know, because you have to keep up with these things. And it's really important that you know which exam board you are taking your exam for, because there are certain little bits that you may not necessarily know if you do a different one. Maybe in, say, EdXL, they teach you a little bit more of the higher tier content or something. That's not what it is, but that's just an example that it could be. So you really need to know. And also then if you start buying yourself revision notebooks and workbooks and stuff, then you're like, oh, this one actually has the content because it's an EdXL one, or it's an OCR, or it's an AQA, and it has the content that I'm going to be learning. And also sometimes you can get them from your school as well. Schools usually sell them at a discounted price to how they're normally sold, so getting them at school will be good for you if your school do have them. Fourth one, curriculum. I cannot stress this one enough because I don't think I've seen much people do it other than myself, and I feel like it's very, very important. But get your curriculum, because that's literally everything you're going to be studying for the school year. Sometimes it can be on your school website, or you can just go into school and ask for it. Also, there are different ones for, you can have one for your entire school year of what you're going to be learning, but also different subjects. So last year, I remember in year 9, I got my maths curriculum, ones for each different science: physics curriculum, chemistry curriculum, biology curriculum. You need every single curriculum. And then from that, you can start extracting, okay, I'm going to be having a test in 2 weeks' time. Let me prepare for that. Or they're going to have a quiz, a mid-topic assessment. I've started to do that because teachers are like, oh, they teach you a few topics and then you're going to have a test. And I feel like by now you've been in school for about 2 to 3 years. You should know that, like, at the start of the term, you're going to have a test. At the end of the term, you're going to have a test. 3 or 2 times in the middle, you're going to have more tests. So going through your curriculum also helps to know when you are, and also what topics you know in the curriculum that you're going to be learning and what topics you don't know. Because if you have a lesson that you're going to be learning and you're like, oh, I don't know, I haven't worked on that, maybe you can work on that before the lesson. And then when you come back to the lesson, you know what you're going to learn. So it's like almost pre-preparing your mind before you even go into the lesson. Yeah. So fifth one, don't slack in your lessons just because you are not taking them for your GCSEs. It is what I've seen everybody doing in year 7. They're like, oh, I'm not taking history, so I'm gonna mess around in history. Or I'm not taking Spanish, so I'm gonna mess around. Your teachers will tell the teachers that you are going to have in year 10 about your behavior. Even if you're not taking the lesson, still, as I said at the start, be a teacher's pet, because teachers like that engaged type of student. And if you're not paying attention just because you're not going to take the lesson, bro, that could even reduce your grade. You don't want to reduce your grade. So you need to be good in every single lesson, even if you're not going to take it, because genuinely also, these are some stuff that you need to learn as well, even if you're not going to take the lesson. Like, you still need to learn a little bit of Spanish. There are lots of Spanish speaking countries. You still need to learn a bit of history, even if you're not going to do the GCSE. So it's really important that you still sort of stay on top of that, because it's actually it's important, but also it's annoying for the teachers. Like, if you know that like 90% of your class in like music, not many people were taking music, so everyone was literally messing around, with that weird like tempo demo button, and it plays all of the music that's like pre-recorded into the keyboard. People do that, and it really annoys the teacher. Like, if you're gonna, even if you're not gonna take the subject, still at least try to do well, because not only is it benefiting you, but it's benefiting the teacher as well. You do not want to make your teacher's life harder than it already is. Every grade counts. So in year 9, sometimes I know we would do like small little tests in year 7 and year 8. They don't seem like they mean much. In year 9, every single test you do is recorded and then taken to your teachers in year 10 so that they know how well you've done and they set you from there. Because genuinely, if you were not in a good set in year 9, you would be in foundation in year 10. And that's hard to work from foundation to higher in any subject, because that's just like starting from the bottom. So do not treat every test like it's small. These tests that you have right now, they count for a lot. So you need to be on top of those. Revising, you can go watch my revision video if you haven't already. And doing lots of active recall, flashcards, make study groups with your friends to revise. I did that with one of my friends as well. We were doing like flashcards together. That helps a lot, because you don't want to be starting at the bottom in year 10, because in year 10 you already have so much more stuff that you're doing, and it's just hard if you're working from the bottom. Also, I think foundation, if you're in foundation, you can only get the grades 1 to 5, and 5 is like a good pass. My teachers keep telling me, oh, it's a good pass. It's a good pass. 5 isn't a good pass. 5 is a good pass, but that's like average. You want to be getting 7 above. Those are A's, people. Those are A's. 7 above. And then a higher is like 3 to 9. But then people say, oh, it's hard if you do higher because you could be setting yourself up for a 3. No, go for higher. If you have the option of choosing foundation or higher, my friend, please take higher, because you will get into those 9s and above. Then sorry, not 9s and above, but A's. If you want any A's, 7s and above give you A's. So just be aware of that. That's something I want you to know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, comment down below and tell me you liked it. Like this video. Please subscribe because I am on the road to 100 subscribers. I've got 74, I think, currently. And at the end, I'm going to be doing a Q&A and cake video traditionally. So I love you and thank you for that. Also, if you have any more video topic ideas that you would like me to discuss, please comment them down below or in my community tab and I will happily do that. I've been asking that for about a year and no one's done it. So any video ideas you have, I would love to hear them. I love you so much. I'm Amarachi. Keep chatting. Bye.